I don't know what happened, y'all. Some kind of error. But we alright. I'll try to prolong the stream just a little bit since that happened. And I might just go into YouTube and delete the first half. We're going straight to Gaia though right now. But look at the lands now that they're replenished. They look beautiful. I want one of these plants in my room. One of these big boys. Yeah. Crops look all good. The field look nice. Ain't no more blight. But only for a couple months if I don't finish the job, according to Gaia. That's beautiful. Kids can play outside again. I still got a little bit of it. We'll get it together. How it look on the map? Oh, it ain't red no more. Now, why can't the Claw Strider run like this? Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe they do run the same speed, and it just don't feel like it.
Ballista might be useful if I run into trouble.
Oh no, we not climbing all the way to base, bruh. There's a path, and we're gonna take that. Yo, what's this? Oh, I thought it was a memorial of some sort. I hear a Sunwing. I think it's a Sunwing. Nope, Sky Drifter. I knew I heard a machine though. Well, I need owl wings, right? I'm like that. alright, I'm still like that. I was about to say.
This'll break my fall.
Pro meat. Is that the side door to Gaia? I think so. Dang, you done made the entrance all pretty. You're gonna draw attention to this place. Girl, what's wrong with you?
A garden. But Zoe's doing all that.
Bruh. You know we still hiding, right? Can't be doing all of this. the music right now. It's sad. It seems like they done found the base. Slaughtered all my family. I hear the green shine sparkling, I think.
The snow brought the chill.
Yeah, I knew I heard it. I don't like how this okay. I was about to say.
Is it me or do the old ones just look funny? Funny how? They're close. They're weird. They're so tight.
For once, I'd have to agree. I'd rip those things to shreds in a fight.
Guess they didn't move around as much. deal. Can it?
The old ones fed off livestock a little too much for my liking.
Some of them ate more like the Utaru. Called themselves vegetarians. From what I'm reading, all the old ones wanted to eat was this stuff called chocolate.
Welcome back.
What up, guy? My bad. I didn't mean not to speak.
Here we go. All drones are reconnected to the dome now.
Bay Area.
An excellent choice.
Whoa, this is not that. This is not what I picked. Bay Area. Let's try it again. That first one looked like more like where I'm at right now. Michigan. Alright, guy, what up, though? Is that Aaron listening to Concrete Beach Party?
Hello, Aloy.
Hey, Gaia. So, me and Beta. Guess you heard what happened.
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, two heads are better than one, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation, if you like.
Have you been able to make use of Demeter's functions?
Yes. I was able to mitigate most soil conditions and restore a temporary balance. You should notice less rampant plant growth in the area.
Maybe that'll give Plainsong's fields a chance to recover.
Yes. Given that the Utaru's land gods are functioning properly again, I expect the land will yield a modest harvest.
The first of many, hopefully. So, Poseidon spent the last 20 years hiding out in Las Vegas. From the data I found, it seems the city had an advanced water reclamation system. Is that why Poseidon went there?
Most likely. In an effort to protect itself, Poseidon sought out a safe harbor where it could access water supply functions. There, buried and encased in a protective dome, it could guard against any threats.
Like 3 Oseram showmen?
I suspect that was not the first time it felt the need to repel trespassers.
Why did Ether take up residence in an ancient war museum?
As with the other subordinate functions, Ether needed to install itself on a processor with adequate storage and power. The one in the museum appears to have been sufficient, given that the holographic displays were still active.
So Ether was assured it could stay for as long as it needed to.
Correct. Though it is curious that it chose a place surrounded with the ancient ruins of aircraft.
Maybe it also felt at home there. The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Farrow.
Ted. Guess he got what he deserved, in the end.
Yes. An igneous conclusion to his pathological narcissism, impulsive tendencies, and instability.
All 3 of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density, empowering my overall function. Unfortunately, as we now know they are in the possession of Far Zenith, attaining them in the short term is very likely impossible.
I guess our best shot at recovering them is by taking over the Zenith base. But we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch of combat machines to do that.
Correct.
So, once Hephaestus has been recovered and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce machines at cauldrons around the world.
Yes, and to program their behavioral routines, or even control them directly.
So you could build an army of machines. Attack the Zeniths and take them out.
It is in my nature to take any and all necessary steps to preserve life on Earth, human life above all. So yes, once I have been empowered with the capacities of Hephaestus, I could design, build, and command such an army. Given the nature of the Far Zenith threat, doing so may be our only option. I must admit, however, that I have misgivings about using such technology to kill.
That's
no
what
matter
makes you
how
you,
aggressive the
Gaia.
enemy.
That's what makes you so likable.
That's good. It means you have a conscience. As Elizabeth intended.
Indeed.
You don't want to be just this killing machine.
So, about Beta. I never really saw the difference between us, until now. She's been through so much. Completely alone.
You have both endured many hardships. Different in almost every respect, yet equally remarkable. I like to think of you as 2 miracles, born of Elizabeth Sobek.
3, then. Let's not forget about you, Gaia. Varl and Zoe seem to like spending time together.
Indeed. While studying Old World data, Zoe discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as vegetarianism. She appreciated the similarities with Utaru practices and encouraged Varl to try out this lifestyle.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
How's Erend handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus, after an initial incident.
What did he do?
He unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple. Amongst a number of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty. He has given repeated assurances that it will not happen again.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess. So there's a few people here now, and they're learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen before Apollo was purged.
Yes. While the loss of the Apollo database was catastrophic, there is still much that can be gleaned from the data you have uncovered. For instance, Varl has been reviewing the last recorded entries from those who perished during the Pharaoh Plague. Hearing their hopes and fears made him quite somber.
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe so. I have elected not to intervene, to allow him to process this on his own terms.
All this data I've picked up in ancient bunkers and ruins. I guess I never really thought that other people would be looking at it.
Based on my observations, your companions engage quite frequently with this material. Erend has asked on numerous occasions about birthday parties. He appears perplexed by the tradition of serving a sweet confection, as it conflicts with the Oseram tradition of serving sparkling stout ale. He also suggested we host a party for you, as a surprise.
Yeah, no thanks.
That is what I predicted.
Is Katalo getting along with everyone?
Yes, though he prefers to spend most of the time alone. He appears to be collating data on war machine progression and significant battles during the Pharaoh Plague, to aid in the creation of a war map of Operation Enduring Victory. I believe he aims to study the tactics of Old World warfare.
I'd be interested in seeing that.
It appears to be a private pastime for him. He has repeatedly declined my offers to assist his research.
How's Alva settling in?
As soon as she arrived, Alva was eager to study the data in the archive. A particular file soon caught her attention. Information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living spaces neat and orderly. I informed her that once I am empowered with the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to design such a machine.
I'm sure she'll like that.
The tidy bot. I bet y'all don't remember that from the first game.
When I set out to find a way to bring you back, I never thought we'd be here, like this. Among friends.
They have all come a long way with their improvised educations. Varl has suggested that one day we might extend this model to more tribal inhabitants, once the biosphere has been stabilized.
Yeah, that's not such a bad idea. As long as you're the one running the lessons. So our plan to capture Hephaestus. Let's go over it again.
As you wish. Thanks to Beta's test, we now know that Hephaestus will not respond to your alpha clearance.
Which is why I got Ted Pharaoh's Omega clearance.
Correct. While you were gone, Beta constructed the transport rig and pulse generators. When we get to Gemini, I will need to be installed on one of the facility's cores. The second core is for Hephaestus. Using Omega clearance will allow you to trap it.
And then you'll be able to absorb it.
Not quite. You will need to manually remove Hephaestus's malicious code before the merge.
How long will that take?
Because the work will be split between you and Beta, it will take approximately 4.5 hours.
And during that time, the others will create a distraction for us using the pulse generators, right?
Correct. They will each take position at a cauldron door and fire off their device. The energy surge should mask our activities until the merge is complete.
And then we'll have everything we need to defeat the Zeniths. Sounds like a plan.
Like a half-baked one. What about putting them behind cauldron doors so that they're at least protected? You don't want them to show up at every cauldron and just murder the people that they find are not you. At least put them inside the cauldron, if possible, or behind one cauldron door at least. Something.
So now that you have Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon, how's the biosphere looking?
In the local region, conditions have improved. Superstorms have subsided. Water sources have been purified, and soil conditions remediated. These improvements will stave off environmental collapse for a few additional months.
Well, with luck, soon you'll have Hephaestus. Then you'll be able to fix the biosphere for good, right?
Correct. I will be able to design and produce robotic agents to permanently reverse the environmental damage that has accumulated.
There's something I've been wondering. How could Ted Faro create a clearance level higher than Alpha? Elizabeth made sure he wouldn't interfere with the project.
It is plausible he tasked his own engineers with creating a back door to the Zero Dawn system, without Elizabeth's knowledge. My predecessor did not even know of its existence until he activated it to purge the Apollo database. It is, in effect, a blind spot. One that will allow us to subdue Hephaestus.
Oh, we need to close all back doors after this.
Beta believes the Zeniths want to use the terraforming system to wipe out life on Earth. Start over, so they can build it how they want.
Further supporting our hypothesis.
But why? Given their technology, they could wipe out the tribes of the world by easier means. And if they're the same people who left Earth 1,000 years ago, wouldn't they want the biosphere to be as it was?
It is likely they adjusted to different planetary conditions in their colony on Sirius. They may be trying to recreate that environment here.
Turning Earth into a new Sirius. Their own personal playground.
Screw the elite, bro.
So the Zeniths are the same people who left Earth. Physically immortal. How'd they figure it out?
From what we know of Far Zenith, it is plausible that prominent geneticists and engineers were offered a place aboard the Odyssey in exchange for their expertise. Given enough time, technology, and resources, any challenge can be overcome.
Like how Minerva eventually generated the deactivation codes for the Pharaoh Plague.
Exactly.
Ted was trying to make himself immortal. Didn't end well for him.
For every success, there are many more failed attempts. Some more grotesque than others.
I wish we could have seen behind that door, see what Aloy seen when we fought that battle, because that was crazy. You could hear him back there roaring. He sounded like a mutated Hulk.
The Zeniths. Gerard, Eric, Tilda, Verbena. Beta said they were some of the most powerful people on Earth. I think Elizabeth knew one of them. Tilda. Did she ever mention her to you?
No. Elizabeth often spoke of her work, or told stories of her mother and her childhood. If she knew this Tilda, she did not disclose it with me. What we can conclude from your and Beta's experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their goal. To protect life on Earth, they must be stopped.
The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
A signal that precise would require thorough knowledge of the system. How could the Zeniths know that?
From the records on your focus, it appears Far Zenith had an informant during the development of Zero Dawn.
Hank Shaw. He was supposed to steal a copy of the system for Far Zenith, but Elizabeth and Travis Tate caught him first.
Yes. It is likely Far Zenith acquired knowledge on the system's design through him, despite his failure.
So from what Beta told me, I guess we can assume the Zenith's technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes. As your encounters with them amply demonstrate, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
They seemed indestructible, but that weapon the rebels used stripped their shield somehow.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. While we lack the anti-shielding weapon, were I to absorb Hephaestus and utilize it to create a large force of combat machines, no shielding could withstand such an assault indefinitely.
So there's hope.
Always.
I love it when guys talk like that.
How did you figure out that the extinction signal came from Sirius?
The key came with data on your focus, from Silent's interrogation of Hades. The duration of the signal itself, 17 years.
They did the half-life of the...
Sense.
Yeah.
You said that why would the signal keep...
Because the sender did...
Which would take another 8.6 years to get back.
Basically, they used the total amount of time it took to get there and back, and then dissected it by half, and pinpointed what... pinpointed a certain area of which it would take to travel that far, and then they had an area to search, and the only living thing within that area was Sirius.
Because it was Far Zenith's intended destination, Sirius was the only logical source.
So you see, it was basically how they track you on the cell phone.
Gaia? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed being in her company, listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on your focus, I was saddened to learn of her fate, though I am glad she made it home. I deeply wish she did not have to be alone.
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. Did all that she could. Thanks, Gaia. So, Project Zero Dawn. The greatest minds in the world, all working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh Plague devoured the planet. What was it like?
Personnel worked in rotations, at all hours of the day. Resources and technology were secured from across the world. Within a month of the project's conception, I was launched and began my education. Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time with the rest of the Zero Dawn staff. She said it was important to experience many personalities and perspectives to aid in my emotional development.
What were they like?
Scared, hopeful, determined. They were hurtling toward technological achievements on a scale never before attempted. I owe everything to their dedication.
It's a beautiful way to put it.
The processor Ether was installed on was part of an ancient war museum. A memorial to something called the Hot Zone Crisis. Do you know anything about it?
My knowledge of historical events was unfortunately lost with the Apollo database. However, climate data indicates a peak in regional temperatures in the 2030s. Such conditions would see extreme, prolonged droughts, an increase in dust storms, and a loss of habitable landmass.
But they wouldn't have built a museum in the middle of a wasteland. So I guess things got better eventually.
Yes. Data suggests that temperatures return to average levels in the clawback era of the 2040s.
There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark, buried under a bunch of boulders. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh Plague, the US military resumed the use of human combatants, as automated machinery was unreliable. It is possible the vehicle was part of a pre-automated war fleet.
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines in the valley, until the mountain was blasted apart and buried them.
Dang, that's a hell of a way to
The facility
die.
where I recovered Demeter used to be a Pharaoh agricultural research facility. It's where they created the biomass conversion system, but also adamantine wreath. Did Elizabeth know they were working on that?
It is likely she was briefed on other efforts to combat the machine swarm, though her focus was devoted only to Zero Dawn.
That makes sense. But they actually got the wreaths to work. If they've been able to deploy it against the Pharaoh Plague in time...
Using the data you recovered on the project, I ran several simulations and have concluded that it would never have worked. In all scenarios, the Pharaoh war machines would eventually hack and deactivate the wreaths before they could contain the swarm.
So Zero Dawn really was the only solution. There was a lot of data in the greenhouse facility about agriculture. Do you think it'll help the Quen fix their homeland?
I will run a query. Complete. The data contains information about novel crop production methods, which may be beneficial to the tribe in the long term.
But new crops aren't going to save the world. So I guess it's on us.
It is.
When I dove down into Vegas, I found data about the man who built the dome over the city, Stanley Chen. It turns out he was a member of Far Zenith. But if he loved Vegas so much, why did he abandon it? Why not try to save it?
The Zeniths at their core have proven to be exceptional survivalists. Faced with overwhelming odds of extinction, they chose to flee.
Even still, what he achieved. Water to the wasteland, an entire city brought back to life. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still on standby, just waiting for someone to come along and wake it up. When we were at the facility where we found Beta, there were records that said Far Zenith were researching embryogenesis. I know they traded their ectogenic chambers to Zero Dawn, but why were they researching it in the first place?
At this point, we can only speculate. Perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey to be a colony ship, necessitating such technology. As their goals evolved over time, so did their areas of research.
So they got more selfish as the risks of staying on Earth kept rising. So I, found Thebes. What do you think Ted would have done if his life extension treatments had worked?
It seems he convinced himself it was his duty to guide future humans. Given the tribal nature of new humans, and his ability to use Omega clearance on the terraforming system, I imagine he would have convinced one or more tribes to worship him as their patriarchal deity.
Okay. Yep, glad that didn't happen. Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before the Pharaoh Plague reached it. Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn staff and their families went to live out their lives.
I haven't found that
Do
place.
you know what happened to it?
Elysium was designed to provide life support for 100 years. My data indicates the facility went offline well before then.
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. My connection to the facility was abruptly severed.
So this facility, the Regional Control Center, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation. As that never happened, this place remained vacant.
Until Minerva decided to settle here. So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions outside?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have been able to observe weather and machine activity in real time. As you have reconnected all of the cameras, this room almost serves its original intended function.
With one big improvement. You. I found some data in one of the rooms you unlocked. It mentioned that there are still functional seed banks beneath this facility. Why is it there?
My predecessor was tasked with reconstituting the biosphere with primary and secondary plant species. Had everything gone according to plan, humans would have eventually been able to introduce tertiary species, including new crops.
Can we access them now?
Unfortunately, it will have to wait. I require control over the machines in order to access and distribute the preserved seed stock.
Festus. It's something to look into later, then. So what will happen to this place while we're at Gemini?
All systems within this facility will continue to operate. As Minerva will no longer be masking this location, the facility will be exposed to detection. Though without my presence, it is unlikely to attract attention.
Let's hope so. So Gemini has 2 data cores. Never seen a cauldron like that. But you mentioned something about seismic activity?
When my predecessor attempted to build the cauldron, construction was disrupted by a series of earthquakes. The data core had already been built, but the rest of the facility sustained damage. So, she began again. A second core was built. However, when more tremblers occurred, she abandoned the site.
Lucky for us. Are the quakes still happening?
No, though they did also create instabilities in other facilities in the region.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
Y'all ready?
I'll get everyone together.
Now how Beta learn to ride a charger that fast? Oh, she not. She on the back of ours. I was about to say. Oh. They should have had Jennifer Hudson sing this. Or up and coming, similar. Artist. Dang, what's that? It's just carrying the load and following them? Okay. Oh, when Aaron waved, that was because they split and went to different cauldrons.
Alright, connections in place.
Be ready for a fight. Oh, shucks. Knocked over my water.
Beta, Aloy, I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right? In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position and mine is too. Mine as well.
Okay, radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off. Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected. Escape containment.
I like how it's built like a skull.
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go.
Yep. Keep going.
Wait,
What's that?
What's that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
It's cracked.
Look!
Autonomous defenses.
That's alright, it's just a few machines.
That means machines are
Protect
on
the
their way.
cores. Protect the cores.
Get ready.
Here they come!
Where's my weapon? I was about to say.
For'll stay here. Protect Beta.
Got it!
Be careful.
Look, what a hell of a shot. I'm telling you, you can't mess with me. Can't mess with me, and I fell in a in a volcanic crack and died. Woo, right when I get to talking smack. Of course, that's how it goes.
Stay here. Protect Beta.
Got it.
Be careful.
It still was a hell of a shot. Oh, whoa. We got a Ravager and a Behemoth? That's alright, I gotta put... Oh, Jesus. I'm finna get murked. I'll be alright, don't worry about me. I didn't get that off. Got it. I definitely hit that paw. Got it. Again. Thank you. Alright, let me help them out.
How do you like me now?
Back the truck up. Back your big, bulging, bulky behind up. You tried it. You tried it. Ooh, I'm like Matt Stafford with the hands, bro. See me out here with these. I should have overrode it.
That's all of them for now. I better check on Beta and Bob.
Y'all good?
You two okay?
Still breathing.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled.
Deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here.
Alright.
Deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here.
Wrong way.
I'll get the cracked core fixed in the meantime.
Keep her safe, Varl.
On my life.
Don't die for her, Varl. I mean, if you do, I get it, but try not to die for her. Yeah, which way?
Okay, let's see. Damage.
Did I almost just die again? Yes. Yes, definitely almost just died again.
Okay, I gotta chase after Hephaestus. Force it out of wherever it's hiding. Make it retreat to the core.
Take some supplies. Take some health. We out here. Let's go. Second try. That first death shouldn't even count, bro. That was like a warm-up death. Almost died again, bro. This don't count. I'm experimenting. Okay. Yeah, I was experimenting. I didn't know if I could fly over there, so that don't even count. And I said it don't count before I jumped too, so how am I supposed to get over there then? Oh, okay, I see it. Oh, I could have kept going, bro. So this is right.
Aloy, I'm patched into your focus feed. You should know there is a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there.
I forgot how to activate these things. Okay, yeah. We out here, let's go. I'm definitely getting the supplies. Let's go. Yeah, Hephaestus, you think you're this big bad boy, huh? I got something for that.
It's some kind of production chamber.
It looks like
Just
water.
all right.
Is that fluid? Acid?
I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down. I bet those metal carriers will lead me to where it's getting materials from.
I bet that's where Hephaestus is hiding too.
Bro, what is this building? Oh, shucks, I got too close. What do that look like? Activate what now?
Machines are making a beeline for another chamber. I better follow them. I gotta find a way past this shield. There's a way over the shield. There has to be a way to get past the shield. The shield.
managed to rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it.
Okay, let me think. What if you bypass the processor? Connect it to
The power node. I think that could work.
I think it could.
Bro, what was that? By the time I get over the shield, he gonna be done building what he need to build. I must be going the wrong way. I need to catch a ride on that thing, I think.
Catch a ride on one of those metal carriers.
How though? I need to get over there. That's not what I asked. Alright, there we go. Oh crap, y'all know I hit that button. And I didn't mean to use that arrow. Kentucky Fried Chicken. What? Fried chicken coming right up, followed by kangaroo meat. Hey, Matt Stafford having completion sometimes too. I'm glad that didn't kill me. Whoa, those look creepy. I wasn't ready to get off that platform yet. Alright, now I'm ready. Jeez.
Extraction protocol alpha. Extend active matrix delta.
Got him.
Increase power output. Execute contingency signal 8. Increase incendiary loadout by 5%.
Who won that battle, buddy?
Cycle icons A2 and B6. Prepare units C, R8 and R.
them all.
I tapped into the core's network hub. I managed to disrupt Hephaestus' control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice. Thanks.
Caster 1-1.
It sounds like it fled to another chamber.
Well, it better not get comfortable.
Alright, y'all. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. But we'll do a double stream today. A double header. Alright, so I'll see you at midnight. I would go longer, just not feeling it, y'all, physically. But I promise, we gonna be here at midnight. We're gonna finish this cauldron tonight. So y'all go eat dinner, go chill with your girl, go do whatever you gotta do, and come back at midnight, around midnight. Until then, peace.